amazing to watch it. It's amazing to watch it.
So we're more than halfway done. It's been about 45 minutes. It's my third SpeedPAK trip. A lot of it was just maneuvering some of those bigger pieces out of the room. That blue couch is giving me problems because the cushions are like really stiff. It's an older couch. Like the sleeper sofa is actually pretty heavy. So I don't want to cut the cushions off in front of them, because if I did that, I could literally wheel it right through the hallway, because they expect it to get donated, but it has stains all over, so I don't think it's going to. So we are going to either take the bed out, or because I already have it ratchet strapped, I'll just go ahead and try to go out the back door. I think that's how they got in. That's what I asked them. They're asking me how it's going, and I was like, it's going pretty well, but your couch is giving me problems. I'm wondering if whoever moved them in here went through the back door. And the husband said, oh, you might be right. And I think I am, because the hallway is really tiny. So I might end up having to do that. So the good news is that the majority of this stuff is going to be able to get donated, hopefully. This is where we're at so far. Basically a quarter of a truck plus the dresser. I have one piece in the bed of my truck that I'm actually going to keep for our office. Oops, it's a really nice little piece. And then I'm going to grab the couch in the living room next, just to go ahead and get it out of there. And then that's pretty much all the big pieces, is those two couches, and then there's a two-piece armoire in the bedroom that's got a little weight to it, but I'm just going to four-wheel each one of those out. So things are going pretty smoothly here. I was telling the customer, I said, my goal is to have you out here in one load, even if that means using my truck bed, because it's already almost 3 o'clock and the dump closes at 5, and I'm going to be packed up all day tomorrow with other stuff. So I don't want to have to go to multiple donation places only for them to only take partial and then not have time to go to the dump and be screwed for tomorrow. So I'll do what I have to do, but that's the goal. What's going on, guys? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. We just wrapped up that job. It took about 2.5 hours. It took 2 hours of job time. The other half hour I was talking with the customers about stuff. And it was a little over $500, so not bad. All first floor, a little bit of a walk, but that's what we got the dollies for. Nothing was really too difficult. The blue couch was a little bit of a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't so much the fact that it was a sleeper sofa. It was the fact that those cushions, that was an old couch. Those cushions were stiff as hell. I was trying to force those things in to get through the door frame. That was a skinny hallway. And they just would not go down past like this much. And it just wasn't enough. And like I even contemplated going out the back patio and using the back door and walk around the building. And I was like, I could do all that, or I could just take the sleeper sofa out, which I ended up doing at the very end. It was 4 screws, pretty straightforward process. But that was such a pain in the beginning because I was trying to, like, I like to work room by room and like kind of grab a mixture of big and small, because in the moving business, the way you pack a truck is you would do big heavy stuff on the bottom and then lighter stuff as you go up. So you're not crushing items. You're basically using bigger furniture as a base, and then you're stacking, you put like awkward, weird pieces at the very top that otherwise wouldn't stack well. I do a similar thing with the trailer because of weight distribution, and it makes it easiest for loading the truck. It's kind of, it's stupid to put a bunch of boxes down and then try to put a dresser on top of those boxes. Like, it's gonna crush, it's gonna shift around, like it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that at least. So I like to take like a mixture out and kind of basically run room by room. And that threw me off in the beginning because in order to get to the back patio, I had to go through that room, and it kept getting in the way. Anyways, that couch, and then the really big brown couch in the living room, I went to go stand it up. It didn't even get close to standing up in the living room before it hit the ceiling. Like, I think it had to be at least a 9-foot couch. And like getting out of into the hallway, if you saw the video I just did about the recliner sofa, you go out backwards and stand it up. You can't do that when the couch is longer than the ceiling is. So I had to really sit there and kind of like nudge it. Luckily, it wasn't a sleeper. I had to get underneath it and basically lift it with my shoulder and kind of shift the whole thing on an angle and utilize the cushion area to kind of hug the door frame and kind of force it out without damaging the door, which isn't always super easy, but we got it done. Otherwise, everything else was super straightforward, easy. The thing I did with that entertainment center, except for the fact I had a bed right behind me and I stepped on the comforter and it kind of stopped me in my tracks, that's how I take down those big china hutches by myself. I made a video about that a long time ago. I'll try to link it somewhere. But that's how I take down those big glass 2-piece china hutches with the glass doors that look really intimidating. You're like, oh, I can't do this by myself. Yes, you can. As long as you have the space in front of you to do what I did, you can do that. The only thing I would recommend, I had a carpet here. If it's of tile or if it's like wood, try to lay like a blanket or even a pillow, a towel, something down on the ground. Slide it over, controlling the one side. You're just pulling the one side and just kind of nudge it until you're like this. Lean it down on the ground. Go over, walk over, grab the other side, turn it, put it down on the dolly, roll it out the door. If you have stairs, you can still take it out on the stairs. Even if it's junk, so that's the one good thing about it. You can technically slide it down the staircase. I would stand behind it, going down, and walk it back with you, so it's not just going out the side. But you walk down with it. When you get to the landing, you sit there and play around with it. It can be done. I've done it at least, with stairs, I've done it at least 4 or 5 times on my own. First floor, I've done probably over 20 of them. And I've done some monsters, some big boys. It can be done, I promise you. That technique I did, I had to do it in the moving truck one day because the crew I was working with was shit. This is a problem with moving companies. For franchises, half the time you're working with a stupid crew that doesn't know what to do. I was waiting for them to get back to help me so I can to take it back down and to put something behind it, because the kid was an idiot and just threw it up there. And then I was like, there's a big gap behind it. Like, you can't pack a moving truck with a big ass gap behind a glass hutch. That doesn't work. So I had to take it down, and I did that method, and I was like, oh, that was really easy. I put it right back up the same exact way, and I was like, so this can be done solo. I think that's what it was. I just kind of figured it out one day. It's a beautiful thing about working by yourself is you run into obstacles and you figure it out. So, anyways, this morning sucked. This morning, I went to a city over an hour away from me to pick up 2 laundry carts, like these big Uline bins, for $85 a pop. That's a good deal because they're like $500 brand new. My idea was to use it as a replacement for speed packs, so I don't have to worry about buying a new speed pack every time it gets damaged or wet. And I was talking to a guy on Facebook. He was super avid about not wasting his time with scheduling because he had to meet me there each time. And I was like, absolutely, I'm driving an hour there. I don't want to waste my time either. And I'm going to have a trailer with me. It drains my gas mileage. I messaged the guy, I'm on the way. I get there at 9 o'clock on the dot. He's not there. He doesn't even see the messages in Facebook Marketplace. Never saw them. I sat there for 45 minutes. Never fucking showed up. I was not happy. And I was very upset because I was like, that's such a good deal. And then while I was there, the guy across the street had a business. He had a bunch of cardboard in a trailer. And he was like, hey, like, while you're here, like, would you be interested in taking this? And I'll pay, just tell me what the price is. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. Now, keep in mind, at this time, I was planning on coming to this job to give an estimate around noontime. And I was down there at 10 o'clock. So I would have to hustle with that, run to the dump, hope I get through quickly, and then get here because I wanted to have an empty trailer so I could try to book the job on the spot. So I told the guy I was going to give him a discount because it's cardboard and he was a business owner, and I was talking with him about wedding stuff, and I was going to give him a discount, and I was like, like, this is going to be kind of a burden for me. It's on the spot. It's real quick. And I was like, I just told him what my 3/4 truck price was. And he was like, yeah, no, I'll do it myself. And like, I got it, but I understand, but it was like, all right. But in my head, I was like, I could probably knock that price in half and still make a profit because he was even willing to have his guys load it for me. But like, I thought I was going to do that estimate. So I ended up leaving there. 5 minutes down the road, the lady calls me back and says, hey, like, we're going to a lawyer's office. Can you come by at like 2 o'clock? And I was like, okay. And like, I was already like out and about. And at that point, like, I didn't want to call the guy back sounding desperate and like, hey, I can go do your job for $200. And then he's like, yeah, no, you're good. And, so that didn't work out super well, but we ended up coming to this job. We got the job. A little over $500, 2 hours done, a couple of things to keep and sell, a couple of things to donate. Very, very happy client, was raving about me the whole time to her realtor on the phone and her daughter on the phone, and gave her a couple of business cards, and they're going to give them to the realtor, and then I got the realtor's card as well. So I'm going to email her and say, hey, I just got done doing a job for so-and-so, and they were super pleased with me. I'm sure you'll hear something from them about me. And I just want to go ahead and extend my services to you and your clients. And that's a really good way to get in with realtors, is to say, yeah, I just got done handling one of your clients. Give them a call if you want. Because now they're going to call their client and they're going to say, yeah, they were absolutely wonderful. Like, they came out, they saved the day, they're awesome, they're on time, they got the job done, no damage. Everything was reasonable pricing. It was just a great experience overall. All those positive attributes going to a realtor's ear is going to say, oh, okay, so the next time I have a junk removal situation, I'm going to call this guy. And that's how you work with realtors. It's really that easy. So we are going to head out of here because I am in a HOA community at the clubhouse and everybody is staring at me. So I'm probably not supposed to be here. So we're going to get going. I will see you guys later this week, I guess. And I also, September, I'm going to be doing a lot of marketing to realtors this month in more than one way. And this is kind of just stuff I've kind of figured out over time. So I'm going to make a video about that in case any of you guys are interested in marketing to realtors as well. Because I talked about in my target audience video, like 1 or 2 back, about how I like to shoot for people who will use me on a more regular basis because of their profession. And to me, that's better business. So, and a lot of you seem to be in a similar situation. So I'm going to talk about some of the ways I've found to be helpful to market to realtors instead of just going office to office like everybody else does. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions regarding any of the moving tips I threw up earlier, comment them down below. And that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.